Hello students, today we are going to start with English chapter 2 from your supplementary reader book Movements, and name of the chapter is Adventures of Toto. As you can see the picture, any guesses? Yes, right. This chapter is going to be about a little monkey. In this chapter, we are going to find out about this little baby monkey who is kept as a pet and about what all he does. Is he a good boy or a mischievous one? Moving on to the chapter, grandfather brought Toto from a Tonga driver for the sum of 5 rupees. Okay, so here this grandfather brought Toto. Toto is the monkey. Name of the monkey is Toto from a Tonga driver for a sum of 5 rupees. Brought it for 5 rupees. The Tonga driver used to keep the little red monkey tied to a feeding trough, and the monkey looked so out of place there. So this Tonga driver used to keep the monkey tied to a feeding trough, means wherever he maybe a feeding bowl kind of a thing, he was tied, like whenever he wants to eat he can eat, and he was tied over there. Grandfather decided he would add the little fellow to his private zoo, and this grandfather here is really fond of keeping pets. So he says that he has many pets at home, so he says that I will add him to my private zoo. Toto was a pretty monkey. His bright eyes sparkled with mischief beneath deep set eyebrows and his teeth. So this is like the description of the monkey, which were a pearly white. His teeth were very white, so you can say pearly white, were very often displayed in a smile that frightened the life out of elderly Anglo-Indian ladies. Okay, so but you rarely get to see this teeth. Here the author is saying that you rarely get to see this teeth when the monkey is really very in a very mood to frighten people. But his hands looked dried up as though they had been pickled in the sun for many years. Okay, so the grandfather is describing his hands. He's saying that his hands looked very dry, as if they had been pickled, means like how when your mother is making pickle, she dries the mangoes in the under the sun, right? So all the water content from the mangoes goes away and the mango becomes dry and hard. Similarly, his hands were also like that, very dry. Yet his fingers were quick and wicked. So here he is saying that his fingers were very quick and wicked, means in an excellent condition. And his tail, while adding to his good looks. And he described that his tail was adding to his good looks. Grandfather believed a tail would add to anyone's good looks, also served as a third hand. And the grandfather thinks that a tail would make an animal look very good, and it will also serve as a third hand. He could use it to hang from a branch, and it was capable of scooping up the delicacy that might be out of reach of his hands. Okay, so he's like that, he's saying here that this can be helpful to take something or to in a snap take something away. Scooping out any delicacy means any eating stuff. Grandmother always fussed when grandfather brought home some new bird or animal. So okay, so this grandmother would always fuss, means she would not like very much that every time this grandfather goes out and brings some animal or bird at home. So it was decided that Toto's presence should be kept a secret from her until she was in a particularly good mood. Okay, so this grandfather decides that he will not tell the grandmother about Toto. He would keep him somewhere secretly and wait for the grandmother's good mood and tell her when she is in good mood. Grandfather and I put him away in a little closet opening into my bedroom wall, where he was tied securely. So this boy and his grandfather, they decided to put Toto into that boy's bedroom, or so we thought, to a peg fastened into the wall. Means a pin which is put into the wall, and there they can put him. A few hours later, when grandfather and I came back to release Toto, we found that the walls, which had been covered with some ornamental paper chosen by grandfather, now stood out as naked brick and plaster. So when they thought that they would come and release this monkey, so this grandfather and his grandson came, and they saw that the monkey had some nice wallpaper which the grandfather had selected, and this monkey tore all the wallpaper, and they could see the plaster and bricks on the wall. The peg in the wall had been wrenched from his socket. So this peg is the bolt or the pin that is put in the wall, that was pulled out violently. Okay, so that is a wrench. And my school blazer, which had been hanging there, was into shreds. And on that pin, that his school blazer was hanging, which was into shreds, means he tore it into small pieces. I wondered what grandmother would say, but grandfather did not worry. He seemed pleased with Toto. Then this boy got scared that now this grandmother is going to shout at me that how this happened. But grandfather did not seem to worry. He is clever, said grandfather. Given time, I am sure he could have tied the torn pieces of your blazer into a rope and made his escape from the window. Then this grandfather was telling him that if we would have given him little more time, then he could have made a rope out of this. He's very clever and intelligent and used it to escape, means to move out of that place. His presence in the house still a secret. Toto was now transferred to a big cage in the servants' quarter. So now from his room, Toto was transferred to a big cage in the servant quarter. The grandmother didn't know, where a number of grandfather's pets lived very sociably together. So sociably together means in a good way, in a good manner, and not fighting, engaging in other people with the activities that are happening, staying together. So they put this monkey also over there. A tortoise, a pair of rabbits, a tame squirrel, and for a while my pet goat. So all these were in the servants' quarter. But the monkey wouldn't allow any of his companions to sleep at night. And this monkey was very notorious, so he did not allow any other animals to sleep at night. So grandfather, who had to leave Dehradun next day to collect his pension in Saharanpur, decided to take him along. So then this grandfather realized that this monkey is not going to behave himself, and so I better take him along with me. Unfortunately, I could not accompany grandfather on that trip, but he told me about it afterwards. A big black canvas kit bag was provided for Toto. He could not go, so grandfather took Toto. This, with some straw at the bottom, became his new abode. So grandfather took him. It's a abode is a place of residence, means now this became his place to stay for some time. That bag, when the bag was closed, there was no escape. Toto could not get his hand through the opening, and the canvas was too strong for him to bite his way through. So he was all packed inside, and there was no way where he could bite and tear, because that material was very strong. His efforts to get out only had the effect of making the big roll about on the floor or occasionally jump into the air. So his only form of escape could be when the grandfather puts the bag down, and probably he rolls the bag or he jumps. His efforts to get out only had the effect of making the bag roll out on the floor, like I said, and occasionally jump into the air. An exhibition that attracted a curious crowd of onlookers on the Dehradun railway platform. So all this behavior of his attracted the attention of the onlookers, means the other people present around. Toto remained in the bag as far as Saharanpur, but while grandfather was producing his ticket at the railway turnstile, Toto suddenly poked his head out of the bag and gave the ticket collector a wide grin. So, till he remained in the bag till Saharanpur. But while grandfather was producing his ticket at the railway turnstile, means a railway crossing, Toto suddenly poked his head out of the bag and gave the ticket collector a wide grin. A wide grin is a wide, broad smile that Toto. The poor man was taken aback, but with great presence of mind and much of grandfather's annoyance, he said, "Sir, you have a dog with you. You will have to pay for it accordingly." So this poor man, he got scared by this grin of the monkey. So he said he didn't know whether what animal it was, so he thought that it was a dog. But with great presence of mind and much of grandfather's annoyance, he said, "Sir, you have to pay for this dog." In vain did grandfather take Toto out of the bag. Vain here means in an improper manner. Grandfather just took Toto out of the bag. In vain did he try to prove that a monkey did not qualify as a dog or even as a quadruped. So he was trying to show the person over there that this monkey doesn't come under a dog category or a quadruped. Quadruped is the four-feeted animal. Toto was classified as a dog by the ticket collector, and 3 rupees was the sum handed over as his fare. So the ticket collector thought it was a dog, and then he said that 3 rupees will be the fare for him to travel. Then grandfather, just to get his own bag, took from his pocket out our pet tortoise and said, "What must I pay for this, since you charge for all animals?" So he pulls out his tortoise and says that what must I pay for, what will be the charge for him to travel. The ticket collector looked closely at the tortoise, prodded it with his finger. Prodded means poked him. Gave grandfather a pleased and triumphant look. Okay, triumphant means a winning look, success look, and said, "No charge, it is not a dog." Then this ticket collector says that no charge for this tortoise, as this is not a dog. Okay, so this is like the first part of the story. The other part will continue in the next video. I hope you all have understood. Thank you.